Small groups? You may be asking yourself, why in the world do you want to use small groups? Maybe you didn't use small groups when you were in school. Frankly, we didn't use small groups a lot when I was in school. The few times we did use small groups, it was a horrible experience. One or two people did all the work and everybody else kind of skated by. I hated small groups. But I think theoretically, small groups are a great thing. I think they can work. I think they should work. I think they're great for education. Small groups are going to be used widely in my classroom this semester. And there are a variety of reasons why I'm going to use small groups, why the class will use small groups. One of those is interpersonal skills. Whatever your student decides to do once he or she finishes high school, whether they go to college, whether they go to a trade school, whether they go right into some kind of trade, whether you're on the assembly line at a factory, whether you're working in a doctor's office, whether you're the lead doctor on a medical team or a researcher or a teacher, or whatever you're going to be doing, you're working with a variety of people, and you need to learn interpersonal skills and how to bounce ideas and opinions back and forth and work amongst a group of people. And that's one of the things you learn in small groups. Small groups are also better for education because it really helps the student learn to reason, and they're not just sitting in a class being fed information by someone, but they're having to research and study, and they learn how to use deductive and inductive reasoning to better educate themselves as they go on through life, instead of waiting on someone to tell them and teach them everything that's going to be what they need to know. It allows shyer students to be able to speak up. I myself, not very shy, spoke up a lot, still do. But a lot of students are shy and don't want to speak up in front of a large group. But in a group of 4 or 5 students, they'll speak up no problem and share their opinion. So not only does it allow them to speak up, it also forces them to be more involved. And it also forces the more talkative students, like myself, to not say as much and to not dominate class discussion, because there'll be a variety of roles in these small groups, and we'll talk about those roles. That's a different video, though. It also holds the attention of students. One of the great things about small groups is that you're not just sitting in a class where you're bored and someone's lecturing, but you're moving, you're constantly doing something different. We'll use a variety of types of small groups. We'll use maybe one small group setting for a 6-week period, for a 2-week period. Maybe we'll change to something else. The groups will be rotated and changed, and I'll form and rotate and develop those groups, and we'll discuss that later on. But those are a few of the reasons that I think small groups are really important. I think it helps develop interpersonal communication, interpersonal skills. I think it helps the students better learn how to reason and to understand. I think that it helps shyer students speak up and forces students like me to maybe not say as much and to not dominate the conversation. And it also holds the student's attention better, so that he or she's not bored silly by just straight lecture all the time. So that's why I think small groups are great and why we will utilize small groups often in this class.